Who was happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below, as usual. Got to do this twice because I had to take off. This video is entitled Checking for Fit Chicks. Like, I say this all the time. Normally when I do these videos, either I'm coming from the gym or about to go to the gym, right? Or getting off of work. So that's why you see me a lot of times in, this type of stuff with the hats. Like, so because of that, I've been around a lot of girls who are fit for a long time, and I've talked about this. I had an old video about not seeing enough black women at the gym, who don't work out enough. And now I'm seeing society change. It's changed over the last few years where men are checking for women who are more fit. And a lot of times, there's this nuance where, what do you think all of these women are hitting the squat rack for to get a bigger butt, to get guys' attention? Preferably guys who are my complexion or my race or whatever, because, in gyms, it's like a club basically. You got people who work out and other people find attractive, and that it creates a sexual tension, right? But also, it's other things that happens when you start checking for fit chicks, and things I've learned over the years. It can be good, it can be bad, but you can have more fun with women who are fit chicks, because they can be pretty women, but they can get their hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to hang out with a woman whose discipline is the old excuse was, I'm not gonna work out because I don't want to mess up my hair. No man is attracted to a woman who's more concerned about her hair than she is her body. Like, I'm not, no matter how you slice it, if your hair and your nails are popping and your body sucks, nobody's hearing that. I see sisters at the gym right now who got a whole hairdo that just may be their hair for short, or a whole long weave ensemble that to the whole weave ensemble that is just not a natural color at all, and I hate to say it this way, but the bulk of those women will never be fit because they don't want to mess up the hair that they quote unquote invested in, right? And I've seen them all. A lot of them have a bad build that they could fix, but it takes effort and sweating to do it, right? So this is why guys checking for fit chicks, because she's okay with sweating. She's okay with messing up her hair, because she understands that what's more important, a good skin, a good body, longevity is more important than a good hairstyle and getting your nails painted. You know what I'm saying? So those women last longer. Like I was saying in the other video that I had to stop. In our community, who had the longest run at being a sex symbol is Angela Bassett. She's still a sex symbol, and she's a fit chick. And all those excuses about, oh man, I don't like a woman with muscles and she's too manly. There ain't nobody said that about Angela Bassett. Even when she was swole playing Tina Turner, she was still a sex symbol. People say what they want to, Now, for a guy like me who works out like 6-7 days a week, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I know fit chicks, and some of those fit chicks make guys who aren't in shape insecure. They've told me the stories of, having sex with a guy who, because they were in shape, he wanted to keep his shirt on. And that takes from the moment. Like as a man, I say it all the time. It really ruins the moment when you're messing with somebody who lacks confidence. And they take off their clothes and now they got all these insecurities. It's like, why the hell you got naked? And it's the same thing with dudes. I'm gonna take you. She got naked and she's so fine, and now I'm gonna just, I'm gonna pull off my pants and keep my shirt on, and maybe I could pull my dick through the hole in the boxers, and it's okay. And you're making her uncomfortable. because you ashamed that you ain't in shape. The other thing, checking for fit chicks, right? You know, guys don't want to talk about that, but I said it. Yeah, I said it. The other thing is this: they're disciplined in a good way. Like, if you with a fit chick, she probably has a certain type of diet, and she wants you to eat a certain type of way. Sometimes that can be annoying, because, you know, I eat pretty healthy for the most part, but I do eat cookies like almost every day, but that's not the point. But what winds up happening is she wants you to eat healthy, to be healthy, to live healthy, so you can be around, so y'all can be together. And that's just part of her lifestyle, and you can't change that as a you gonna like that. You know, the women that cook, you are fit chicks. They're fit chicks because they're the ones who meal prepping. They're the ones who have to know what they're gonna be eating during the week, and if they're gonna eat like this, they're gonna want you to eat like that too. Their cheat days and all that other stuff, just like everything else. So now it makes it better because it's a balance, because, you know, she actually cares about your well-being because it's part of her lifestyle of caring about her well-being. So that's one of the reasons people checking for fit chicks. The other thing is this, that they don't let themselves go. You know, saying men are visual creatures. It's good when your woman looks, you know, when you roll. How can I say this? When you laying in bed and she's the same way last year as she is this year, you know, or she improved. You know what I'm saying? If she got pregnant, she's gonna lose the baby weight, you know, because she doesn't like it, you know. And, you know, for the women who, when you slim thick, for the women who don't really have a big butt, because, you know, brother, we like big butts. I like big. Anyways, if they had a smaller one, they're gonna be at the squat rack. A lot of times, part of this interracial dating comes from the gym, because there's a lot of brothers in the gym, and there's a lot of women of other races in the gym who getting in shape, and then a lot of the guys that these women that a lot of sisters are looking for with these, you know, he has to be 6 feet plus, and he has to be 200 and something, and he has to be chiseled. These guys at the gym, and a lot of times, why these women come across these guys every blue moon, or not every blue moon, but on the weekends when they go out and they go all googly eyed, and that's what they want, is because why these guys always taken. Why the good ones always taken? Why the fine ones always taken? Why they taken by this type of woman and that type of woman? It's usually because they get flirted with at the gym. The gym is like a club, you know. It's like a club. So it's like a sexual tension when you see attractive people around other attractive people. And guess what? It hasn't been a lot of black women who were in shape at the gym for years. You know, y'all basically gave the green light to these women of other races to holler, and guys ain't gonna wait on you forever, so it is what it is. The other thing, you know, part of this the stripper culture is fit chicks. Yeah, it's hypersexual chicks. Yeah, it's chicks with bodies, you know what I'm saying, with big butts and all that. But you rarely see strippers with big stomachs. You get what I'm saying? You rarely see big strippers with a bunch of cellulite. You rarely see strippers with them big old grandmama arms. You know, you know them things, right? They're mostly fit, you know. Yeah, they're hypersexual and all that, but these women, they're taught to be seductive, they're in shape, and they're hypersexual. You know, trifecta for a dude who want to get freaky at the particular point. So that's why guys are checking for fit chicks. You know what I'm saying? One of the other things why guys are checking for fit chicks is, how can I say this properly? Fit chicks are disciplined, and a lot of them know what they want. Like, some of them, they're not, like, what people are narcissistic. Most people that in the gym are narcissistic. You know, it cracks me up when I see dudes. I was making fun of a guy at work with another coworker. It's like 6 a.m. and I'm at the gym, and this dude is in a shirt in front of the mirror. You know, and that's the other thing about fit chicks. Like they're narcissistic, so they don't want to necessarily just pop out babies all the time. They want to keep their physique, you know. And some of these women have maybe single parents or divorced or don't want kids at all. So, but they still want to have sex, but they still want their shape. But I got to get into this, particularly for brothers, right? It's not a lot of brothers in the mirror doing this shit. And what happens is, I see this so much. I hate to say this, but it is what it is. A lot of non-black men can have fit girlfriends, and they have a group that works out together. You know, the guys bring the girls. You know, and so it could be like a few guys and a few girls, and everybody's in shape. And the women are good looking or built good. And the minute the guys get together, they in the mirror. A group of guys. Man, we sitting there laughing like, you got all these girls that are attractive and you fools called each other up to let your girls just look at y'all like, these fools drove us up here to stare in the mirror at themselves. And that's how a lot of these guys lose their girl. I ain't gonna front. And it won't even necessarily be to a guy who's in shape. It's just that narcissism is too much for even fit chicks to handle. So, that's one of the reasons some guys are checking for fit chicks, because their meathead boyfriends ain't paying attention to their girls. Another thing. Oh, that's the shit right there. Another thing is the aging thing, because there's a lot of, I'm gonna say this. I love black women. I prefer dark-skinned black women, but for me, dark-skinned black women don't check for me like that. But one thing that happens when you get in shape is you can age better. So what winds up happening is, one of the biggest reasons why a lot of brothers didn't talk to a lot of women of other races was they don't age well. And these fit chicks are aging well because they're disciplined and staying fit. So now when you think of sisters like, say, Jada Pinkett's mom, you wasn't thinking about, we always know it's a woman somewhere in her 40s and 50s that can still get the business, just as black men. We know this. She's a woman that might have used to be fit, or she just has the genetics in her body, and she still is fine. I don't care if she's 40. I don't care if she's 50. She might be damn near 60. She's like, Granny could get it, But now these other women of other races, when you see them when they're at, they get 30, like, shoot, now these women are looking good at 30, 40, and 50, and it's throwing us. We like, damn, like, I didn't expect that from your group, and and I know this is gonna sound weird, but this, and when you started seeing that from them, they start seeing that the men in their group, even if they don't take care of themselves well. So now the men in their group start to look sloppy, because it looks like that, these other groups of men don't age well. And, they're on their business. And some of them got money, some of them don't. A lot of times what's happening, because the economy is kind of tricky, where you really realize that everybody has around the same amount of money. It's just how they spend, save, and all that. If you're probably in the middle class and up, like, because if you're poor and somebody's in the middle class, that's different. But when you're in the middle class, everybody pretty much has the same amount of money. And then when you're in the upper class, everybody's rich. So, everybody's comfortable. You get what I'm saying? So then the choices become different, because what winds up happening is, these women, you checking for fit chicks because she's looking at you like, that's your car? Where you work at? I saw you. Oh, you was over there. That's what you got. That's what that was. You live where? I know that neighborhood. Oh, you live in there? Oh, and then you see them with their men, and some of their men are older, and it's like, they trying to, they're doing the reverse. Like fit chicks is crazy, but fit chicks are dumping guys who hit the wall. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like the Donald Sterling thing. Remember how Donald Sterling was like, don't bring him on me. You're embarrassing me. That thing, right? Because they've got themselves, they've worked themselves and to being quote unquote fine, and they don't want a Crip Keeper built dude. So it's interesting. So I'm going to the gym, man. Fuck all this, man. It's time. It's like 15 minutes in this video. Tell me what you think. We out.